म्यूजिक
सजन बिन
अब इंडिया दिल थाम लो, पहली बार पॉप और क्लासिकल में प्यार होगा और इस प्यार का नाम है बंदिश बैंडिट्स।
Hi, my name is Anand Tiwari. You're watching me on NRI Pulse News with Namita. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and you can watch some great content coming from India and by India.
Welcome, Mr. Anand Tiwari, to NRI Pulse News with Namita. He is the director of Bandish Bandits, and Bandish Bandits is an upcoming series which you can see on Amazon Prime from August 4th. Am I right, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. And a big hello to everybody in Atlanta. This is a Desi Chai saying a big hello to all of you guys. And I'll sip it for you so that you can all taste it.
Yeah, please carry on. So, before we jump into the discussion of Bandish Bandits, let's talk about you, sir, because you have a very interesting journey. You are actor turned director, and you have not only acted in Bollywood movies but Hollywood movie as well, two Hollywood movies. And I remember that moment very vividly when I saw you in Fair Game. And I was like, oh my God, this is that Indian actor. I know him. You know, that proud Indian feeling I had when I saw you there. So how was, the experience? And I think you shared the screen time with Naomi Watts.
I did, yes.
So how was the experience? And what's the major difference between acting in Bollywood movie and Hollywood movie?
Nothing. There was zero difference. The language, in fact, in India also, we've started making English language films. I had to have a little bit of a Sri Lankan accent that is also has some amount of KL in it, Kuala Lumpur in it. So that was the slight tough part, but we went with a neutral accent because they didn't want it a very heavy accent for that film. So that was the only change. Apart from that, a crew is a crew, a co-actor is a co-actor. I did not feel any different. The only difference was that Doug Liman, the director, was also the DOP of the film. So he would direct right there from the camera, which was very unique and I really enjoyed that.
Okay. And what about Naomi Watts? How was she?
Terrific. I wish she was in Bandish Bandits. She isn't. Maybe in the seasons to come we will have Naomi.
Maybe in future, you never know.
Yeah.
So do you think being an actor yourself, it's easier to direct as well?
100%. 100%.
Or vice versa?
No, it definitely helps. And I feel every director should do some amount of acting workshops. Most directors are closeted actors themselves. I will give you this revelation. All the directors I've worked with, be it Anurag Basu, be it Raj DK, be it Dibakar Banerjee, be it Vikramaditya Motwani, they all at some level want to act, whether they agree to it or not. So
I totally understand. We have seen Mahesh Manjrekar, Anurag Kashyap, Karan Johar trying.
They're lovely and some of them are great actors. Like for example, Anurag Basu and Dibakar are great actors themselves. And hence they can act, they can really direct actors well, because if you don't have an understanding of performance, you'll not be able to speak to the human being behind the performance. And that's very important to understand, that you are at the end of the day giving a note to a human being. And it's not a machine that's acting. So as an actor director, I'm able to understand that if I'm able to understand this human being, I'll be able to direct them better. And I use that a lot. I use my specific relationship with each actor to direct them. So I direct very differently with Nasir sir. My instructions are very different, and my coordination with Ritwik is very different than to a Shiba, than to a Kunal Rai Kapoor, depending on the relationship I have with them.
Okay, let's talk about the name of the show. It's very different. It's very intriguing, obviously. But I told Shreya and Ritwik also that it's very tongue twisting.
Right.
Bandish Bandits. So can you say it for 10 seconds without
Bandish Bandits, Bandish Bandits, Bandish Bandits, Bandish Bandits, Bandish Bandits,
quickly.
Faster than this?
Bandish Bandits, Bandish Bandits. Try doing that.
The good part is that I'll say it, but the good part is that you say it so many times that it will go into your recall value. In advertising, we are taught recall is a very important part of branding. But I'll do it for you. Let me see if I can get this challenge right.
Yeah.
Bandish Bandits, 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 Bandish Bandits.
Oh, you can do it. I cannot,
But I've lived with it for so long.
I tried doing
I,
it for 10 seconds. I could not.
yeah.
Ritvik did
But
it. Shreya did it.
I'll attempt to explain to you where the name comes from. Maybe then it will make sense to you.
Yes, please tell us.
So for the audiences that don't know Hindi or don't understand Indian classical music, Bandish is a term that is used in Hindustani classical, in the northern classical form of Indian music, as a form of composition. Bandish is a composition. So composition is called Bandish. To give you a layman's understanding of it. But Bandish also means in Urdu or Hindustani, it also means to bind something. Now it can be used as a positive connotation of putting everything together in a nice way, or it can have a negative connotation of binding something against its will. So it could be the shackles that bind you are also Bandish. We use the irony of the term in all its form, in the music form and the language form. We also use the word bandits. Bandits, of course, in the English language means the outlaws. So the outlaws that break the shackles of norms are Bandish bandits. So hopefully with this explanation, you'll be able to say it very fast.
Yes.
But more importantly, you have to more than the 10-second challenge. You have to watch the 10 episodes. That's the best.
I think you should start this challenge online.
Maybe good idea.
Good idea, right?
Yeah.
So we should try it. I haven't successfully done it so far because it's tongue twisting, but I'll definitely try it.
Sure.
So moving forward, if we talk about Mr. Naseeruddin Shah, how was the experience directing him, the legend?
Namita, I think I because I have been interacting with him for the past 11 years, I have been able to break my. I'm still in awe of him. I don't think you can ever get out of the awe of the talent that Naseeruddin Shah is. But I think what I've learned from him is that you cannot function as an artist if you remain in the awe of your co-artist. Now, whether I'm actor and he's directing, and if I still remain wide-eyed and I don't understand what he's saying, I'll never be able to do what he wants me to do. Similarly, if I'm directing and I'm not able to communicate to him what I want to be done, I'll never be able to get a performance out of him. So in his, for the benefit of him and me, and more importantly, for the benefit of the story, one cannot remain in awe of anyone. You should respect them, but you shouldn't be in awe of them. And that's a learning I've got from Naseer sir himself.
मैं पंडित जी की तरह संगीत सम्राट बनना चाहता हूँ।
आज से तुम सिर्फ राठौड़ घराने का संगीत गाओगे।
आप मुझे कोई भी सजा दे दीजिए आप।
पश्चाताप गलती के लिए होता है, धोखेबाजी के लिए नहीं।
So it was not that difficult to direct him because he's also a very perceptive actor. So when you explain something to him, he understands it tenfold more than a inexperienced actor would. So I had an absolute pleasure directing him. It actually hit me much later that I had directed the Naseeruddin Shah. It's actually on the edit table when I actually started seeing the scenes, and I, in my moment of solitude, started understanding that, oh my God, I actually directed him. This has actually happened. I've thought of it, I've dreamt it, but it didn't hit me when I was shooting. When I was asking him for one more take, when I was explaining to him what needs to be done, and he was understanding it, and sometimes he would not agree on certain things, and I would, hold my own ground, and he would have his opinion. It never crossed my mind that this is that big a deal, because we were at the end of the day playing the game of performance, and in that the game is more important than him and me.
So every director say that, or every producer say, or every actor say that we have a Hatke script, we have a Hatke story. So what's that Hatke factor in your web series?
You wouldn't have seen a web series like this coming from India, and we actually call it original series in India, because generally when series are made, they're made with grit and drama, crime drama, thrillers are more the order of day from the content that's coming out of India right now. I think the space of telling stories through music and drama, which our film industry has been doing for the last 100 years, is something that was just about time that it started coming on digital platforms too. And I'm very happy that Bandish Bandits will be one of the first series to do so. In Hindi for sure, this is the first. And we are very excited that it is reaching 200 countries that are already consuming a lot of Indian content. So they are
Yeah.
used to Indian films, not just Hindi films. Indian films use music in its storytelling all the time. So they are used to this format already. It is just that in some of the recent films, we have forgotten to move the story forward in those songs. The songs become kind of their own pieces, and the story doesn't move forward at all. In Bandish Bandits, we are definitely using those songs to move the story forward.
And I think music is, as you said, that music is the baseline of the series, and that's why you chose Shankar Ehsaan Loy to give the music of this series. And
Yes.
I was talking to Shreya and Ratvik the other day, and they were praising the music a lot. So, how the music is different from the previous music of Shankar Ehsaan Loy?
So the music is now available. There are 10 or 11 songs that are available on the jukebox, on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere else. You can hear it for yourself. There is a lot more music in the series itself. And I strongly believe that the Gen Z of India is going to embrace and engage with classical music all over again and creates its own voice, because this is the truest form of their expression, whether they know it right now or not.
Yeah.
Whatever they're learning from all the other influences, they'll bring that into classical music. That has happened for generations. Whether it be the Persian influences that came into the Khayal kind of singing, whether it be some of the instruments that have crossed over from Europe. Harmonium is not necessarily a truly Indian instrument, which has crossed over from the European side into Persia, into India, and is now fully a part of classical music in India. The violin is a very integral part of the Carnatic side of music in the southern part of India. So I'm sure the youth of today will find a way of making their classical music their very own by bringing their influences.
So I can see that you have a vast knowledge of classical music
I
and
pretend.
instruments. You
I
did it
pretend
for
to have
this
it.
show, or you already
I did
had
it.
it, and that's why you made this show.
Most of our knowledge came because we researched, and we researched a lot. We researched for about 2 years before we, in fact, even started putting the story together. We had a sense of what the story would be, but we really relied a lot on our research to get enough of a drama from the music itself, from the anecdotes of certain gharanas, from the anecdotes of music industry, from certain artists that we followed and understood from. And then when we got collaborators like Shankar himself, who's like a Google of music, I call him. He understands all forms of music anywhere in the world. He knows it. He knows how it works. It's grammar. So when you have someone like him on board, then some of the scenes were also rewritten to suit what would happen when you create a song, what would happen when you jam on a particular beat. That all came from Shankar Ehsaan Loy. And Amrit and I are so proud to bring in their understandings, because when you collaborate, you definitely make anything that you're working on bigger than you, and that's what every artist should aspire to.
Yeah. So, any last words, Jate Jate? If you want to say something about Bandish Bandits.
Yes.
To
For people
audience.
who don't know India, they should watch Bandish Bandits. For people who miss India, should watch Bandish Bandits. For people who misunderstand India, should watch Bandish Bandits. For people who think India is just full of forts and elephants, should watch Bandish Bandits. For people who think India is a modern country and Bombay and Delhi represented, should watch Bandish Bandits. And and you'll understand it is far more than anything you ever thought.
So I miss India. I'm from Delhi. I'll definitely watch Bandish Bandits, and I think it will be a very, very good show on Amazon Prime.
Inshallah. Thank you, Namita.
And I'm
Lovely
waiting.
chatting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Bye-bye.